Hello everyone! So today I am getting rid of lots of books. I am going to take them to my local little free library, and I know that someone will be so happy to have these books for free. So I will be showing them to you just in random order. The reason I'm getting rid of these books is just because some of them I've read them and I don't plan on reading them again, and some others I just lost interest over time, so it's time for them to go. So first we have a proof copy of The Skeleton Key, and this book was given to me in a party and it was very kindly signed by the author, and I hold this dearly in my shelves, but time is gone and I haven't picked it up yet, and I'm not finding any interest in reading it now, so I'm going to donate it. Next we have Connect. This book is a non-fiction book I have read and I took some very useful things out of it, but it's time for it to go because I am not planning to read it again. And also the spine really got faded because it was in the sun, and I'm thinking that the reason for this is because this book had a very strong Pantone on the spine, and Pantone colors tend to really fade quicker in the sun. I have Immortal Dark to give away. This book came out recently and I am planning to read the final copy of it. So the proof copy can go because I don't need it anymore. Then we have the Shadowhunter Chronicles, the Shadowhunter Codex, and this book is just, it's been sitting on my shelves for a very long time. And I keep thinking that I might have some interest in checking it out from now and then when I'm going to pick up Cassandra Clare's books, but it hasn't happened that I needed it before. I just used the internet, so that one is gone. Debt is a book that I thought I would enjoy reading, but I think that was a thing at the moment when I was reading some books about economy and political things and lots of money books, and this was one of them, and I am very sad that I need to get rid of this, but it's time for it to go because I haven't actually read or found interest to read it in this past few years. So maybe someone will enjoy this one. We have Bloated Belly. This was like a book I found in charity and I thought it could be helpful, but I couldn't find really that much of interest in it. I think it's it's not updated really. It's an old book. The After graphic novel, and I've read it. It was lovely. It's pretty similar to the novel, actually, the first novel, but the artwork doesn't spark that much of my interest. It's not my style of artwork, so that's the reason I'm giving this away, because I cannot find a reason for it to be in my shelves. If it was a book that I could come back to for reference, I would keep it, but I just find that the artwork's not really helpful for me. A Marvelous Light. This book was given to me in a party as well, and I think the cover is gorgeous, but I don't think it's my interest. So I'm giving this one too. The Book of Branding is another non-fiction book. I've found a lot of interesting things in this book. I've actually used it so many times, but I'm now working with books. I'm doing book cover design and illustration, and this is a book of branding, so it's not really useful for me at the moment. we need to talk about Kevin, and I really enjoy the movie, so I've found this book in the charity, and I thought I would really love to read this, but I've read a few moments of it. I've actually read a few chapters, and it was so hard to get into, so I've lost interest in reading this particular story in the book form. The Brain, The History of You. This book was one of my favorite books that I've read more than 6-7 years ago, and I've kept it very dearly in my shelves. It was an amazing read. I've got to know so much about the brain, so many interesting things about how our brain works. But at this point, I am not that interested in reading this story in a book that was published so long ago. And it might be that things are not that different now and the research didn't change that much. I have no idea, but if I was going to pick up a book about the brain, I would probably buy something that is updated. So that's why this one is gone. Then we have Horse. This cover is so beautiful and that's why I brought it home. But the story, the premise of this story doesn't seem to be something I would be so interested to read, unfortunately. And I have so many books, I'm not sure if I would ever pick it up to read. So I'm going to give this one away to someone that might enjoy it more than me. The Devil in the White City. This book seems to be very acclaimed in the book world. I've seen so many people, even people that are not that into political stories or history novels, but they seem to really enjoy this. And that's why I bought it back then, but that was maybe 6 years ago, and that was such a long time ago that by this point I'm not sure if I'm going to even read it, so it's going. Then we have Rosewater. I thought this book was going to be fantastic and I brought it home. I was very excited, but then one of my colleagues that has a very similar taste to mine said this was not really good, so I lost interest. Then I have this for such a long time, and I really love the artwork. It's fantastic. It's really incredible. It's so detailed. This had to be a crazy amount of work, like years of creating this wonderful book, but I'm not sure. I started reading it and for some reason I was not connecting that much with the story, so I ended up not actually reading it till the end, and I'm not sure if I ever will, so I'm going to donate this one as well. But it's so stunning. But yeah, again, someone will definitely be happy to see this in the Little Free Library. The Sad Ghost Club is beautiful, lovely, it's so heartwarming, it's so cute, it has a lovely message, and I really recommend everyone to read this. So quick, such a quick read, and it's just wonderful artwork. And I'm going to pass this on because I really loved it, and I know someone else will. That's the reason it's going. This one I could say the same thing. The Gruffalo, I've read this so many times and I love it so much. I keep really enjoying to read this, but it's going to someone else that hasn't read it. Wish of the Wicked. I love this cover. That's why I have this book. It's a proof copy that I got at the party, and I'm not going to read it because I don't find it interesting at all. And it's not that this is the kind of book that everyone is talking about. I think so. Just lost interest in it as well. So I'll read it. I will give it away, not read it. At the Table. Wonderful cover. Funny. And I'm expecting this to be funny. But for some reason I'm just not in the mood for this type of book. So that's why it's going. And then the final book is In Search of the Schrodinger's Cat. I find this theory fascinating, and I bought this book because of that. I've made notes on it to try and just keep some of these very interesting facts, like physics facts, saved somewhere. So I've made notes on it, but I find it very hard to actually understand all of the, I find it very hard to understand physics in general, so I don't think I'm going to finish this. It's just way out of my understanding. I'm an artist, guys. This is probably very, very good for someone that has the basis of science and physics and whatnot, and I'm not that person, so I'm going to give this away. Unfortunately, I've tried, but yeah, not my cup of tea, I would say. Maybe some other time in the future. So yeah, that is a lot of books, and I'm sad I'm letting them go, but they need to go. If you see my shelves, they're completely full, and they're full of wonderful books I really want to read. And every time there is a book I think I've lost interest or that I've read and I'm not reading again, I'm going to donate it to some better place. Some home that will be happy to have these books. So that's all. That's all I have. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope I will see you sometime soon. Bye!